is a set of reusable statements. Set of reusable statements. First, guys, we use Python def keyword to define a function, guys. Okay, to define a function. What we use which one? Python def keyword. Python def keyword. Okay. Next, guys, observe here. The next one, observe here. So the function definition name and the function call name must be same, guys. The function definition name, the function call name must be same. Right? Observe, guys, here. So function definition name, function definition and right function call right must be same, guys. Here both must be same, means same names. Okay, next one now. So function definition contains which one? Tell me now. Function definition contains which one? Formal arguments. Function call contains which one? Actual arguments. Okay, actual arguments. Now, guys, observe here. The fourth point is okay. Function definition contains which one? Formal or positional arguments. Formal or positional arguments. Next, fifth one, function function call function call contains function call, right, contains okay, which one? Actual, right, guys, actual arguments, guys, actual arguments. That's all. Function definition contains formal arguments. Function call contains actual arguments. Okay. Then why do we use the formal arguments and why do we use the actual arguments? The formal arguments are used. The formal arguments are used to implement the body. See, in the body implementation, we used which one? Formal argument names. Are clear, right? So whatever the name we use as a formal arguments, those arguments we use inside the body to implement the body. We use inside the function to implement the body, right? Body. Okay, so here by using formal arguments, we can only implement here only developing the body, only developing the body. Then how to execute the body? By using actual arguments, right? Actual arguments, they're coming here, they're going inside a, b, 2, 4, 2 greater than 4, then false, then come to else, then b, 2, sorry, right, 2 greater than 4, true or false, which one? Not false, then go to else, then print b means 4, output is 4 here, means so guys, observe here. Finally, the function formal arguments are used to implement the function body, and actual arguments are used to execute the function body. To execute the function body, guys. To execute the function body. Okay, right. Now, guys, observe here. Sixth one is formal arguments. Right, formal arguments. Formal arguments are used right, to implement. Formal arguments are used to implement the right function body, to implement which one, right, function body, right, function body, and actual arguments are used to execute, right, to execute which one, function body, to execute okay, function, right, function body, to execute the function body. Formal arguments are used to implement the function body, and actual arguments to use which one, to execute the function body. See, guys, now implementing the function body and execute the function body. Okay, and guys, here one more point is the formal arguments. These names like a comma b or x comma y or m comma n, I comma j. Those names are decided by whom? By the developer generally. Okay, next this 2 comma 4 or 1 comma 2, 10 comma 20, these values given by whom? By the user, by the customer, right? For example, guys, here let's take the calculator, right? Calculator, for example, when a program is there, it's also a program. It's also, guys, one program, right? I'm giving 10, 10, I'm giving 20, guys, here. I'm giving 10, 20. So as a user of the calculator, I'm giving the actual values to execute the program. To execute the program. So my values are 10, 20. I am giving 10, 20. Internally in the program, guys, they will take 10 into one variable, 20 into another variable. Then they make I use the press operator. They make the addition operation, guys. Here means inside there are some variable names. That names we don't know as a user. That names decided by whom? Developer. They implement the body. That body I'm executing by my actual values. So they may use the a comma b variables, or they may use the m comma n, or they may use the number one comma number two. They may use the like I comma j, like that. We don't know. As a user of the software, as a user of the programmer, as a program, right? Just I'm giving the my values. That's why I said that here. So the actual values are given by whom? User, and the formal arguments are given by whom? Developer. So the names of formal arguments decided by whom? Developer only. The values of actual arguments who decides here? Right? User. Okay, user, guys, here user. Now coming to point here, formal argument names, right? Formal arguments are decided by whom? Decided by you can say programmer, guys, right? Programmer. Okay, programmer. And actual values, right? Actual argument values are actual values are decided by whom? Are decided by the, okay, decided by user, or customer, guys. Now by the customer, right? Next point, guys, here generally, right? Generally we define the function, right? Function only once, only once, but we can call the same function n number of times, right? N number of times, guys. Now n number of times. So all of you observe the point here. What is the point now? Generally we define the function only once, only once we define the function, and we can call it, we can use it n number of times. We can use it n number of times. I told the example already. My parents kept my name as a Narayana only one time. Since that day onwards, all are using my name to identify me, or all are calling me by using my name only. Means only one time they defined, and a number of times we keep on calling, right? Keep on calling. Or else, guys, if you observe, see, when the batch started, right? Only one time only, I shared you your IDs, student IDs, right? IDs, and every day you are using the ID. All right, one time only I defined the IDs. I developed the ID and I shared you. So that day onwards, every day you are using IDs, guys, now to join the classes. To join the class means define only once, using multiple times. Guys. That's why both must be same. Whatever I defined, that must same as whatever you are using to join the class. That's why the function definition name, function call name must be same. So on the day, suppose I given you NTH, for example, I think NTHP, suppose, guys, something like that. For example, I'm giving the one ID to you. Underscore, suppose some nani, for example, right? Nani. This one I give to nani student when first day, right? The same one nani is using every day. Means it is developed by whom, guys? Now it is done by me, developed by me. And every day using by whom? This one every day using by whom? Using, right? Using by right? Using by nani every day. Okay, developed by me, right? Or something else, right? Developed by me only once, only once, only, right? Only once, only once, guys, here. But using by Nani every day, right? Every day is using a subject now. It's called a definition. It's called a call here. Definition means only one time we develop it, and calling means a number of times we keep on use. So first day using the same one Nani. Second day class also same thing he is used. Next day also same thing is used. Next day also same thing is used. Next also same is used, like this guys now. So every day he's using the same ID guys now, the same ID. Only one time I defined I given to Nani. One time I defined this one and I given to him. And every day guys he's using the same ID. Every day he's using the same ID to join the class. Okay, right guys. That's why so developed only once and using a number of times. Using a n number of times guys. N number of times. Okay, right. So fine guys now, and what's the last point here? General we define the function only once, but we call the same function n number of times, right? N number of times, n number of times. Next guys, generally observe here. Now all of you, I'm giving the points here. I'm giving the points here. That is based on the this syntax only. All. Next one, general guys now the length of formal arguments. Length means number of elements, right? The number of arguments in the function definition and number of arguments in the function call must be same, right? So guys observe now what's the point here, right? So the length of right, formal arguments and length of right, actual arguments right, must be same, same. The same length must be there, must be there. Suppose if I use four arguments, see if we take four arguments a b c d, we should pass a b c d here. If I take five arguments here in the function definition to implement the function body, we require five arguments. Then we must pass here also five arguments only. Here also we must pass five arguments. Suppose can we manage? Suppose guys observe now here how many required there? Two required here, and I am passing here four arguments or five arguments, 10 arguments. Is it possible to manage or not? Yes, possible guys, but there we use different techniques. We use different techniques to handle when if you take a different size here. Here only two are there. I am taking the four elements here or five values, right, or six values. Okay. Now how to handle? We use different techniques guys now, right? So guys now observe here when we have, see here how many are there now guys, two are there. Here how many are there now, two are there, means it's called fixed length guys. Now fixed length means if you take two arguments, I give two values here. If I take three arguments, I give three values here, right? I give three values. If you take four arguments there, I give the four values guys. Now means size is fixed, two here, three, four guys, right? The size is fixed. The size is fixed guys here. That's why it's called fixed length arguments guys. Now fixed length arguments. So when talk about the fixed length arguments guys, then no problem. Automatically first one to first one will assign. Okay, first one to first one assign guys here. First one to right, first one to first one assign. Then second to second assign guys here. When in case of fixed length, all of right, all of observe the point. I repeat again. All of observe here. So fixed length means the number of formal arguments is equal to number of actual arguments. So both length must be same. That is called fixed length arguments. Fixed length arguments. Fixed length arguments. Right? In case of fixed length arguments, simply what happens now? First value assigned to first argument. Second value assigned to second argument. Right? Suppose third value assigned to third argument here, fourth value assigned to right fourth argument here, like this guys now, like this they assign one by one. When if it is fixed length, right? In case of variable length means observe now, variable length means so here two are there. I am giving here four values here. I am giving five values here. I am giving six values here. I'm giving 20 values. How many are there now? Only 2 are there. Now how many I'm giving here? I'm giving suppose 10 values, or I'm giving here 9 values, or I'm giving here only 1 value, or I'm giving here 100 values. See now, the length is changing now. Actually here how many are there? Only 2 are there. Only 2 are there. But how many I'm giving here? Maybe 10, maybe 8, maybe only 1, maybe 100. Means guys here the length is varying, not the same length. It's called variable length arguments guys now. So fixed length and variable length. In case of fixed length, they assign automatically first value to first variable argument, second to second argument, automatic assignment over. In case of variable length arguments only, guys, we have to use a different techniques guys now to handle the variable length arguments that we see while class is going on. Just I am giving the first of all some points only about the functions, right? So what's the point here? What's the point now? 10th point is 10th, right? 10th point is observe guys here. If the length of right? If the length of okay, formal arguments, formal and actual arguments, if the length of formal and actual arguments is same, then those arguments are called what you call are called fixed length arguments guys now. Fixed, right? Fixed length arguments. Okay, fixed length arguments. Enough. Fixed length arguments. Okay, observe all of you. If the length of formal arguments and actual arguments is same, then those arguments are called what you call fixed length arguments. Fixed length arguments, right? Next, in fixed length arguments, observe guys now. In a fixed length, right? Fixed length arguments. In fixed length, right? Arguments. What happens there? Arguments. Observe now. The first actual value, right? Assign to which one? Assign to first formal argument, right? First formal, right? Formal argument. First formal argument. All of observe here in fixed length arguments, right? What happens now? This is the process, guys. Now in fixed length arguments, first actual value assigned to first formal argument, comma next the second actual value, right? Actual value, value assign, right? Assign to which one? Assign to second formal, right? Formal, right? Formal argument, right? And so on. The last guys now, the last actual value assigned to which one? Assign to which one? Last formal argument guys now. Last formal argument. That's all. When in case of right a fixed length argument. So I given the point here. What is fixed length? Then how to assign the values I given here. How to assign the values, right? Next guys now observe now 12th. If the length is different, here formal arguments are 2, but actual arguments may be 1 or maybe 2 also guys here, 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 or 6. So here maybe 2, maybe 3, maybe 4, maybe 5, maybe 6, like this guys. Now length is different, length is there here. It's called what you call formal sorry, variable length guys. Now what you call variable length arguments. Okay. Now if the length of right formal and actual arguments, actual arguments, the length of both are different, right? Different, then those arguments, those arguments are called what you call variable length, right? Variable length arguments, variable length arguments. Okay. Now, so then how to assign the values there? How to assign the values means we use different techniques, guys. We use okay, what are techniques that we see later, guys? Now that we see later. So here, right, simply we use different techniques we use, right, different techniques to assign right, assign actual values, actual, right, to assign actual values to actual values to which one, to formal arguments, to formal arguments, to formal, okay, to formal arguments, guys. Now to formal arguments, we use different techniques. Which techniques we use means some names are there, guys. Now first one is called right, which one, ARGS, then we use KWARGS, guys. Now that we see later, guys. Now if I say also get confusion, what are these two things, I'll show you practically when class is going on. I will show, right, actually these two, guys, we use these two we use, guys. Now these two techniques we use to handle the which one, variable length arguments. To handle the variable length arguments, we use which one, we use it's called, guys, it's called which one, non-keyword and keyword arguments, guys. Now so variable length non-keyword, variable length keyword, guys. KW means keyword. These techniques we use, guys. Okay, so just take the names, just enough, guys. Now I'll take the names here. I take in the brackets if you want. So later we use same, right? We use same. Enough, guys, here. Now, guys, I want to tell you one more point also here. Now, all of you observe here. All of you observe clearly. I am giving different points on the this one, guys. Okay. Right. So, guys, observe here. Now, guys, observe now. The same definition. The same definition is there. The same definition is there. I'm taking now max of 2, 4. 2, 4, right? 2, 4. Now automatically 2 assigned to which one? 2 assigned to A, assigned to A, and 4 assigned to B. 4 assigned to B. 4 assigned to B. It's common, guys, right? It's over. It's clear because fixed length means first one to first one, last one to last one. It's clear, very clear now, right? Very clear. Now, guys, for example, what I want now, I want send 4. I want send 4 to A. I want send, observe, guys, now. I want send 4 to A and 2 to B, like this now. All of right. Actually, what is the process here? First value to first argument, second value to second argument, last value to last argument. It actually. But what I want now, I want like a reverse now. I want send first value to something, maybe second argument, second value to first value, guys, here argument, right? Is it possible? Yes, guys, it's also possible. It is also possible. How it's possible means, I'll tell you now. I'll tell you, guys, observe here. I'm taking now, right, max of 2, right? Max of 2, max of 2. Actually, we have 2, 4, right? 2, 4 is there. I want to send 2 to which one, not to B variable. So we take the B equal to enough. I want to send 4 to A, then A equal to, guys, observe now. It's clear now. It is clear, guys, now. It is clear. It is clear. All of you observe here, right? Now, if I call this one, if I call this one, right? If I call this one, if I call this one, then 2 go to B, go to B. Now go to B. Now 2 came to B, guys. Now 2 came to B, and 4 go to A, 4 go to A, 4 go to A. Actually, in this case, what's happening here? Actually, 2 go to A, right? Actually, 2 go to A, and 4 go to B. Actually, that's the actual process. But so I'm using the which one, formal arguments in the function call only to assign the values. I'm using the which one, formal argument name in the function call to assign the actual values, guys. Now to assign the actual values. All of you observe here, a new point is coming. What's the point here? See, in this case, guys, now I did not use this formal argument names here, right? But in this case, guys, now in this case, right, I used the formal argument names. I used A here, and I used B also, right? B also. All of clear, right? So in this case, guys, now in this case, now all of you observe very clearly. This is called now this process is called, these arguments are called a different name is there here. a different name is there, guys. Now, right? Different name is there. Actually, both are called what you call formal actual arguments, right? Both are actual only. But see here, what I am doing now, what I am doing, guys, here, I use the formal names to assign the values, but here no formal arguments, right? Only values are there. Then, guys, here, these are called non-keyword arguments. What you call non-keyword arguments, guys. Now, non-keyword arguments. And I used variable names here. It's called keyword arguments. What you call, guys, right? Keyword arguments, guys. Now, keyword arguments, non-keyword and keyword, guys, here. Non-keyword and keyword. All of you, I'll repeat. Please observe here. What is non-keyword? What is keyword? Okay. So, guys, here if I use function formal argument names, if I use formal argument names or any other variables in the function call to assign the actual values, then that is called which one, guys? That is called the formal which one keyword arguments, right? If I use, guys, now I'll repeat, observe here. If I use formal argument names in the function call, I used here A and B. Suppose tomorrow in some other scenario I can use X, Y, Z also. I can use X, Y also, guys, something like that. Means if I use formal argument names or any other variable, in the function call, to assign the actual values, then that is called keyword arguments. If I don't use formal arguments, and also if I don't use any other variable also to assign the actual values, then that is called which one, guys, here? Non-keyword arguments, guys. Now, so keyword and non-keyword, all of you clear now about keyword, non-keyword? All of you clear?
Sir, can you repeat it once?
Right.
Actually, due to internet connectivity, I have missed those words.
So just wait. I'm taking now here. Suppose I'm taking now, right? Some guys now just observe. I take an example, right? Display of. I'm taking simply a comma b. Okay. I'm taking now a comma b, right? A comma b. I'm taking here. I'm taking simply some x equal to, guys, now a plus b, for example, a plus b. I'm taking now simply print of x, guys, right? Print of x. I take the function call now. I'm taking the function call display of. I take 10 comma 20, right? 10 comma 20. What's the output here? See now, general output is 30. Okay, 30 came here. Now, what is happening here, guys? Now, what is happening here? Now, so A 10 assigned to A, 20 assigned to B. What's A value 10? So A value 10. What's B 20? So 20 here. 10 plus 20, 30 assigned to C. Now print of C means X means 30 coming here. Okay, fine. So, guys, here in this example, I did not use A and B in the function call to assign the actual values. Directly assign the actual values, right? Directly assigned here. Suppose I'm using suppose A equal to B. For example, guys, now I'm using A equal to comma 10, B equal to, I'm taking now simply 20, guys, here. Now all of observe here output is coming. So, guys, now the same formal arguments I'm using the function call to assign the actual values, guys, I'm using here. In that case, guys, these are called keyword arguments. Keyword arguments. In the previous case, I did not use simply taken the 10 comma 20, right? Here also output came, right? Observe, guys. Now it's called non-keyword, guys, right? Non-keyword. I take here display of, I'll take a equal to, for example, a equal to 100, comma b equal to, I'll take 200, guys, now, right? 200, right? 200. See, guys, now here these are called which one? Non-keyword. These are called keyword, guys, here. Non-keyword here. Why non-keyword here? Why non-keyword? Because I did not use the formal argument names in the function call. Only I given the numbers only. That's why it's called non-keyword arguments. And come to here, it's called keyword. Why keyword? Because the function definition, what is there, a formal A and B, right? I'm using those in the function call. I'm using here also in the function call also. That's why these are called keyword, right? Keyword arguments. Keyword arguments, guys. Now, actually both are called which one? Actual arguments only. Actual values. But because of this formal arguments using here, then these are called a keyword. If I don't use the formal arguments to assign the actual values, it's called a non-keyword. Keyword and non-keyword. Are clear now, all of you? So now non-keyword we have